So I'm going to show you guys how to attack from the left side, and then I'll make another video on how to attack from the right side. So footwork and spacing is super important in beach volleyball, especially since the setter is not standing at the net. There's no lines on the court. It's just the pass could be anywhere. You're getting served, right? It's just, you need to create some consistency in all the complexity in beach volleyball. So here's how you can do your approach to minimize the room for error. So if we're on the left side, we ideally want to pass the ball right in front of us. Now you see Sweden and other teams and lower level teams will pass the ball to the right, thinking that they want to make it easy for their partner. But if you look at Norway, if you look at some of the best teams in the world, this is like most fundamental basic beach volleyball is you pass the ball right in front of you no matter where that serve is. So pass the ball right in front of us. We then want to create an angle going to the corner, the opposite corner. So if we're tagging the left, pass the ball in front of you, shuffle out, and now we're approaching towards that corner. So this isn't a setting video, but ideally you want the setter to set the ball halfway to the net at a 45-degree angle. So if you were to pass the ball right there, then you shuffle out, and that's where that setter is supposed to set the ball. Now if you pass the ball bad or to the right side over here, you're still creating that angle to the corner. So now you don't have to move as much. You just shuffle over here. They set it halfway to the net. Now you're approaching to that corner. Now it gets kind of tricky when you pass the ball wide and then you have to approach way out here. But a big reason why we do this is because on the left side as a right-handed person, you're opening up towards the court, right? So now you have all this range. It's easier to bring the ball back to the line than if you were to approach straight. And now hitting the ball this way is a lot harder. It's just not a natural movement. So we want to face the corner to where we can still easily hit that corner, the cut shot right there. Power is to the corner, and then we can still turn that ball back to the line. But this is one of the biggest mistakes I see lower level players making, is they're so inconsistent with where they're starting their approach. They don't even know where they're starting. They don't know what step they're starting on. If you watch people like, for example, Triborn does this super exaggerated. He really gets out there and then approaches in. He like does that hop over. You see a lot of guys, they'll look down, which I don't recommend. But it's important to have that consistency with your spacing on your partner. We want to be pretty much the same distance away from our partner from where our pass is essentially every single time. And if we can be consistent with where we're approaching from, then we can have a good idea of where the lines are, where to hit the ball. Everything else becomes a little bit more consistent and in a way that we can now calculate and adjust to. So it's super simple, but this is, I cannot stress how important this is. So I've been doing private lessons for years, but what I'm trying to push right now is video coaching. So if you send me film, I'll send you back audio messages telling you everything that you're doing wrong and how you can improve it, and certain drills possibly that would help with this. So I'm actually offering this for a really good price right now. For every 30 minutes of film you send me, I'll charge you $30. So what I want from you is an entire game, all of your good plays and bad plays. It's really the bad plays that I can see what you're doing wrong and correct it. So all you would have to do is upload that to YouTube or a Google Drive, and then you can direct message me on Instagram at Diego Nick Perez.